In this Pokemon playthrough, my name's going to be Maverick. I searched over some of the more stylish hairdos, as you can tell, before landing on the more stylish and futuristic slick back look. Feel like this is the best look we could pick. Next decision was color. Since we were playing Violet, I decided to go with a more violet look overall. Next decision that was going to be most crucial to this playthrough was picking our starters. So we got the water Pokemon, we got the grass Pokemon, and last but not least, we have the fire Pokemon. Now, I'm still learning all of the newer Pokemon names, but we will get there eventually. So I had to make my choice, and I decided that grass would probably be the best choice for us in the long run, and just kind of figuring that out. We are going to keep his name, but we will forever call him Spaghetti. What happened next was we had our first battle with our rival, Nimona. I think that's how you're going to say it. She is very ambitious, and she's going to, be there to kind of annoy us. That is for sure. So, with that being said, we had to teach her a lesson on who exactly she was dealing with. And that is someone you don't jack with. So, First move we decided to use was a status changing move. Then I had to let her know we are going to be whooping her butt this whole playthrough. She didn't really believe me at first, but she started to get the idea that this wasn't going to be a trainer that she could push over very easily because we had the upper hand. And let's face it, her water Pokemon really wasn't a match for our Spaghetti. So we dispatched with her fairly easily, got the XP, got the money, taught her that she wasn't playing with a noob. The next thing that we got to do was she taught us how to catch a Pokemon. She didn't really teach us. We kind of already had some understanding of how we were going to capture a Pokemon, but she just wanted to make sure that we knew what we were doing. So she gave us our first Pokeballs, and she stood watch as, well, we did what we needed to do, and that was catch a Oink. I think that's what it's called. Like I said, Lachoke. Still learning the new Pokemon names. Haven't spent a whole lot of time in this game. Reason for the playthrough. So we're going to go ahead and capture this Pokemon. Doesn't mean it necessarily is going to make the cut when it comes to the team. I do want to stress that this playthrough that we are doing is a chat picks my team. I'm going to be capturing Pokemon, obviously, but I want to let the chat decide the overall team. The next Pokemon we decided to give a chance on our team, for at least the time being, was a fletching. I figured it was going to be somewhat useful and somewhat important to diversify the team as of right now, and fletching gives me eventually will give me two move sets, which one being flying, the second being fire. Seeing how we have our spaghetti, and spaghetti being more on the grass side of things, it seemed kind of important to cover this basis of match typing. So we are going to capture a fletching, and we will just call him fletching because we're not doing a Nuzlocke and we don't need to nickname our Pokemon. The next thing that happened is we met this strange dude on the beach, and in some ways he kind of stole my sandwich. But it is what it is. I'll have Mom make us a new one. So we ended up finding this guy, a little hurt, a little tired, all the other stuff, but Mom has her ways around the spaghetti or the sandwich factory and our kitchen, so very life-changing and altering sandwich making spaghetti abilities. So after we gave this dude a sandwich, we decided to enter a cave that was very questionable and definitely judging some risky behavior. So we followed our new friend into the cave, and long and behold, we found a Diglett. Diglett I also thought would be somewhat important to add to the team, covering our ground bases, and I think he eventually evolves into a rock, like ground rock typing, so that would be important. Next on our journey, we met Arvin. I believe that's how you say his name. Could be wrong. He decided that he wanted to flex his bad attitude. I needed to teach him a lesson, so he knew who he was dealing with, because apparently he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So once again, flexing that purple hair that we have and showing him, things aren't as bad as you think they are. Fletchling didn't really seem like he was going to be able to finish this off in a quick manner, and it was looking very much like he wouldn't be able to finish it off at all. So we got our spaghetti, threw him out there, and let him go head to head with this squirrel. Spaghetti quickly showed that dark typing wasn't going to be an issue for him, and he was going to be able to deal effectively with those type moves. After a few quick hits with Leaf Age, Arvin kind of understood who he was dealing with. The next stage of this game, we went into some wild areas to kind of boost up our team. None of these Pokemon are set in stone. Here's a Psyduck covering our water and psychic typing. I felt like we needed a water typing. The next Pokemon I was able to see was a Ralts. Now, obviously they've changed the typing on this, so it's a fairy psychic, so we're kind of covering two parts here. I feel like I'll be okay, so we'll keep him on the team, and we'll go from there. Next Pokemon I found was a Pichu. I love Pikachu. Pikachu's one of my favorite Pokemon. Yes, I know that's stereotypical of a Pokemon, or people who like Pokemon, to enjoy having a Pikachu, but I felt like, you know what? We can have a Pikachu. Then it's an electric type. It's a fast moving Pokemon. It'll help us down the road, potentially. None of these Pokemon are set in stone. The only one that's set in stone at this current point in time is Spaghetti. The other 5 Pokemon are definitely going to be up to you guys. And so hopefully you guys can choose wisely and we can get through this. I started getting to the point where I was like, maybe I'll just start capturing Pokemon. That way, if someone sees something they like, we'll add it to the team. So this one's an older Pokemon, but don't really want to say the name. I think it's Bonsley, maybe. So we caught him, put him in the Poke box thing. Now I've become very caring when it comes to Gyarados. So when I saw a Magikarp on land, I was like, gotta catch it. This one's also a new one to me. I think that Pokemon's name is Strudel. Could be wrong about that. But learning it was a poison type, that might be beneficial to us later down the road. So he'll also be chilling in the box. Then I did decide to capture Tarantula. I know that's not the name of this Pokemon, but for all intents and purposes, it looks like it was play on words of Tarantula. So decided to capture Tarantula, add that to the box just in case one of you's like, yo, this is the Pokemon for you. So caught that Pokemon in the box. They went no problems. I did take a few minutes to run around and capture all the Pokemon that were in the area just so that we had them for future reference. Nimona decided that she wanted to use one of her new tricks against me to see if that, in using that, she could overcome being defeated the first time. I wasn't really ready for her to throw out her starter as the first Pokemon, so that caught me off guard a little bit. Hence kind of why Fletching was out. Didn't have to really worry about that because guess what? In our back pocket, we got Spaghetti the cat. So, once again, had to teach Nimona, look, I need you to pause for the cause, realize who you're up against, and come back when you're truly ready to get your butt whooped. She learned a few extra moves, one of them not being a water move. So she definitely tried to get one over on us, but I wasn't having it at this point. I was ready and I was willing to whoop that butt. So we did that. I did know that her next Pokemon was going to be an electric Pokemon. So in knowing that, I was like, we'll put out Diglett. 1, because he's ground, and 2, no electric moves can affect him. Nimona, in her arrogance, was like, I'm going to allow Pawmi, I think that's how you say it, to have all electric moves. So she really wasn't able to do any damage or affect us in any way, even with her new trick of turning her Pokemon into crystal, glass. I'm not really sure what the transformation does, but it looks one of the two. Unfortunately, Diglett does not know any ground type moves to help with this, so we had to just go with what we had, which was a ghost move. It did mean that the battle went a little bit longer than I'd rather it go, but sometimes beggars can't be choosers, especially when you're teaching people lessons. And this seemed like somewhat of an important lesson to teach Nimona, that you're behind us, not the other way around. So as we finished her off with one more astonished, just wanted to show you the full effect of everything. And we shattered her Pokemon. The next is we were introduced to these bullies. I'm assuming they're somewhat preppy people or whatnot, so they're picking on the little guy. Kind of had to show them, look, we're new to this school and we're kind of stepping in as, big brother type of thing. And we're not going to let that happen. This is now our school. You need to back up. So as I inserted myself in this little problem, they decided that, you know what, it's time for a Pokemon battle. So guess what? I accept. Let's see what you got. So, lady who looks like she's about to pee her pants was first on the chopping block. I believe after she got that excited, we took our 10 paces and we threw out our Pokemon. I think she has the Strudel as her Pokemon, and we already showed that we could make quick work of them, no matter how theatrical they may be. So, Strudel was heading out, knew he was a poison Pokemon, and, well, Ember would be the perfect moveset for that. One, we're not touching him, so we're not getting the poison effect. And two, we can burn him. So I just had to finish him off before he poisoned me. Seems simple enough, right? So 3 hits and we were able to take care of that. Didn't really necessarily was worried about it. These people look like they're more bark than bite, and we proved that with lady who gets a little too excited and pees herself. So, took care of her, gained a little bit of pocket money. Next up was, well, Grunt B. He wasn't looking so confident. Nomona had to insert herself into a situation that she wasn't really needing to be in or asked to be in, because obviously she knew what she was talking about, getting beat twice by us. So told her, look, I got this, I'm handling this, they're being bullies, you just back up, you still need to learn a few tricks. But she was decent enough to at least share the Terra Orb with me, which would allow my Pokemon to become the crystal glass looking weird things that this game now provides us. So that being said, Grunt 2 was looking like, you know what, I got this. And he probably should have battled Nomona if he really wanted to walk away saving face. So took our 10 paces again, threw our Pokemon, and let the lessons begin. Because once again, we are at a school, so teaching is going to be a very big part of this game. So I believe that word was terrorizing. Could be wrong. So we decided to engage in the new ability. I believe my Fletchling is not a fire Pokemon when doing this new thing. I believe that's the flying moveset, is you get a huge diamond ring on your head. Either that or it's normal. Either way, wasn't really too concerned. Let Fletchling have his moment of fame, and we took care of Yongoose, while also teaching these bullies, look, you need to calm down a little bit. Got some more pocket money. We were then introduced into the school, learned that Arven did go here, he did want to help us out with some mapping issues that we had in our, I think it's called the ROM. Anyway, he showed us kind of the basics of, there's a team out there, basically the new Team Rocket, and they're going to Team Star. We just battled them, so those are those morons. And apparently this land needs to be a little bit cleansed of them. So as we had a conversation about that, and I want to say it was about the purple Pokemon, could be wrong, didn't really read it, didn't really care, but Arvin seemed to be a little bit more kinder in the whole overall effect of this, a little more humane. Maybe he doesn't. I thought he did. Anyway, so these are Titans. Don't know what those are. We'll figure that out. Maybe they're super Pokemon. I don't even know. Like I said, first playthrough. We'll figure it out. Anyway, we got them on the ROM. We got some Stardust. Apparently, it's a low price, and that's pretty much all it's used for. So, we'll sell that eventually. Maybe, I don't know. All I know is that we can, if we truly want to. Next up was Nimona. She was talking to either an Elite Four member, a gym, was it? Whatever, gym leader, there you go. We went, talked to her for a little bit. Now I believe she shows us Team Star. No, I think these are the gym leaders. There you go. So these are the gym leaders we must beat, giving the typing and all that other stuff. The only thing I'm not 100% sure on is if you're able to pick your next gym, or if there's like a certain gym route you're supposed to take. That is also something that we are going to figure out. So next up on our list of places to go was, I believe, the dean's office, master's office, whatever. We had to go talk to the new professor, which is Turo, I want to say. Now, Turo owned the purple Pokemon. Don't ask me his name. Can't remember it. Probably couldn't pronounce it anyway. So he felt like it was a good idea for me to hold on to it, train it, learn more about it. Maybe not train it, but definitely learn more about it. So me and the Pokemon were in agreement. That was a good idea. After all, my mom's sandwiches are famous, at least in my household. So we were in agreement. He had things to do. I had things to do. I was tired of all the talking. It's one thing I'm not too impressed with on this game is the amount of talking, especially in the pregame. So, purple bike Pokemon, that is now our new best friend and apparently a bike. So, 2 thumbs up to us. We did it. Everybody's in agreement. Next up on our beginning tour of this game is him kind of giving a very promotional speech that I will skip. And apparently there's a treasure hunt to go on, so we will do that in due time. I did want to show you where a TM was. I'm not even sure how I found it. It was just there one day. So the TM is, I want to say, Electro Ball or something of that nature, and it is on the top of this building. You just kind of have to jump around. So it might be something that we can teach to Pichu eventually. I did want to take a minute to kind of just show the amount of time that they probably put into this game to make it what it was. And so this short little scene or short little cut down of this game was brought because I made a mistake, and when I went live I forgot to hit set up some of my voicing things. So I decided to condense the video down to about 25 minutes and just kind of explain the highlights of this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Remember, like and thumbs up.